All right, we are here. We are in Hispaniola time, okay? All
Yeah.
right. Hello, guys. What up, what up, what up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel, and welcome to Civil Discord. We have Christina, okay? Oh, oh,
Stop
oh,
pase,
oh,
que lo
oh,
que. What's
oh.
up, everybody?
Oh, guys, I have my live open in the other tab. We just gonna delete that. But go ahead,
Oh,
Christina, introduce yourself.
I said stop pase, everybody, que lo que. My name is Christina. My channel name is VivaBella by Xtina, and I am a Dominican-American. And thank you, the Mademoiselle, for having me on here. I know a lot of your supporters have been telling you to collab with me, and a lot of mine had been telling me to collab with you. So I'm glad we finally were able to make this happen.
Oh my god, absolutely. Like this was some things that I was supposed to do on my Haitian channel. If you guys are not aware, and if you guys do not know who I am the Mademoiselle, also known as Ivana. That is my birth name. Nickname is Shorty for those of you guys who know me from the neighborhood or whatever. I am Haitian American. I do have a Haitian channel, and like I said, this would be on my Haitian channel. However, I do not have like a live type of setup on my Haitian channel whatsoever yet. It is Haitian Heritage Month, and I didn't have anything set up at all for this channel. And my other channel is predominantly Haitian, so I decided to bring this over here. For the most part, I've been wanting to do this type of conversation forever with her, and I feel like she's the only, okay, not the only, one of the main, okay, one of the very few Dominicans that I've seen on this platform that is very pro, I guess, black in a sense, and is very, very balanced with her commentary. And I didn't want this to be a anti-black or a pro-Dominican, pro-Haitian, rah, 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 rah type of conversation. I already see this comment section, and I'm gonna just have to tell y'all this right now. We're not doing it. We're not doing that right now. So moderators, please do your job. Get all of that shit out. Block, delete. I don't know, because we're not doing that. We're not doing the whole black is better, white is better, mixed is better, Dominican is better. We're not doing that. This is not what this is about. This is more so of a civil conversation.
Yeah.
For the most part, because I feel like this conversation has to be had, and a lot of people don't really understand the relationship between Haiti and DR. And I feel like the media is spinning a narrative that just doesn't really make much sense, and overall is not true. Like I feel like I don't want to say lies, but a lot of it, 100%, just like with everything else, is not 100% what it is. So
Right.
I really wanted to have her on here because I feel like it would have been more of a balanced conversation since we're kind of like in the same boat. Her being Dominican American, me being Haitian American. And yeah, I think that you guys will really enjoy the conversation. So grab your tea, grab your snacks. However, I will let you know if you're not kind of familiar with the history regarding Haitian and Dominican history and just a little bit, you're not going to really understand anything that's going on. We're not about to touch too much on it because nobody got time for that. That's going to be like a 10-hour live. I'm not about to sit here and talk about Christopher Columbus came to the island and then, okay, which just to let you guys know, Christopher Columbus did not discover America first. He touched Hispaniola first. Okay, just to let y'all know, all that shit in school is a lie. All that shit in school is a lie. Ain't no Native Americans. They was black. Let me just tell y'all. All that shit they be telling y'all is a lie. Let me just start there. But we're not gonna go through all of that. The whole point we're trying to get at is the relationship between the island and if they, truly hate each other and all of that extra shit.
Yeah.
So the disclaimer, all that hate is unneeded and unnecessary. This is not that type of conversation. This is not that type of party. So make sure you guys check her out. Everything is down in the description and or pinned comment. For those of you guys watching this later, thank you very, very much. Okay. All her information is going to be linked down below. I don't think I put your Instagram down there. I'm going to add it later. So sorry.
Yeah.
She makes amazing content. So yeah, so personal opinions. What do you think about this whole beef that
Oh
crazy?
man.
Yeah.
All right. So where to begin? Okay. So, in the grand scheme of things, do I think that there is just this extremely pervasive, overwhelming hate between most Dominicans and most Haitians, and it's something that is going to endure until the end of time? No, I do not. That's simply not the case. I think you can see in DR, and you see Haitians and Dominicans living together in the barrios in DR. You see that they work together, they go to school together. Some of them even have kids together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's blended families. I've seen it. Yeah.
It's not this big hate, I think, on a grand level. And let's also not forget that there's actually Dominicans that live in Haiti too.
Yeah.
Not as much as there is Haitians in DR, but there's a Dominican community there. You know, there's Dominican women that I know own salons in Haiti, others that have their other businesses.
Yeah.
So I think for the most part, most Haitians and Dominicans can live together in harmony. And you see the same here too, I think, among like Haitian and Dominican Americans, where it's not like this huge hate, you know, between both sides. However, I don't think that we can deny that there have been issues between us. And I think there have been two main causes of tension between Dominicans and Haitians. I think on the one hand, you have the historical events which have transpired, beginning from, you know, the Haitian occupation of the entire island in 1822, going to the multiple invasions that happened after that. You know, Haiti invaded DR a couple times, all the way up to Trujillo and the Parsi massacre, and some of the very anti-Haitian sentiments of some particular Dominican leaders. Which, side note, let's keep in mind, y'all, that the mindset of particular leaders do not always reflect the mindset of the general population. All right, I think we need to make that distinction.
Yeah, very, very true.
Especially in the case of Trujillo, because people always want to bring them up, and it's like, yo, Trujillo did not represent all Dominican people. But anyway, so you have the historical aspect, and then you have the current issues. I think the main current issue, which tends to cause a lot of tension, is the immigration issue.
Yeah.
There is a very large number of Haitians that migrate to DR, both legally and illegally. And that has brought its own set of issues as well. But even that, I feel like you can't look at it just from one side, because the reality is nobody's innocent when it comes to that.
Yep.
Dominicans ain't innocent when it comes to why this is happening, just as much as Haitians aren't. But I know we're going to touch on that later, so I won't get too much into that now. But so from the Dominican point of view, I think something that sometimes upsets a lot of Dominicans is when it comes to the media portrayal of what's going on down there. Which, side note, I notice a lot of times it's people that are not even Dominican or Haitian that seem to be the most opinionated on what's going on down
there. Oh my God, girl. I just be saying, like,
I'm like, I don't even see actual Haitians complaining so much, but whatever. It just seems from like our point of view, like it's always, or not always, but a lot of times kind of like biased or very one-sided opinions of what's happening. People don't have like a complete picture of the situation. And it just, a lot of times it comes off like people are always spinning this narrative that it's like the big bad Dominicans, the racist Dominicans against like the poor defenseless Haitians, when that's not exactly the case. Now, that is not to make light of, you know, the situation that some Haitians go through, because some Haitians do get, you know, harassed or discriminated against. It happens. You can't deny that. But I think sometimes it's like when you just constantly see this image of like, oh my God, the Dominicans, they're so racist against the Haitians, blah, blah, blah. And everybody makes everything about race when it's not always about race, y'all. It's not always about race. But it kind of makes some Dominicans like, yo, how are we always the bad guys here? When like, so y'all just gonna forget like who was like the first country that aided Haiti after the earthquake? And why don't people talk about the fact that Haitians go to DR and they're able to get free education, healthcare? I mean, there's certain hospitals, especially on the border, where there's more Haitian women giving birth than Dominican women. And there's like a middle class of Haitians too. They're not all like poor, and they're functioning members of Dominican society. I recently learned that there's even Haitians that own hotel properties in the colonial zone of Santo Domingo. Like,
oh, that I didn't know. That's
yeah. So there's a lot of Haitians that are doing quite well in DR. So it's like they're given a lot of opportunities that they're not able to get back in Haiti. So it's like, why is it always just this one narrative that you hear though? I think that is something that bothers a lot of Dominicans. And again, you know, with that being said, though, I'm not negating that, you know, there are Dominicans that are xenophobic and or racist towards Haitian, because that definitely exists. A lot of Dominicans know sometimes people will call you a Haitian. That's like an insult. So it's definitely a thing. No need to deny it, you know. But again, I'm just really against one-sided narratives.
Yeah.
I believe a lot of things can be true at once, but generally speaking, for the most part, I don't think that there's this big beef. There's just not. I mean, at the end of the day, we're both third world countries. Yes, DR is doing a bit, is doing better economically than Haiti is, but there's still a lot of poor Dominicans. I mean, it's just I don't think that most Dominicans living in DR are like, I don't know, living their lives that way. Like for me growing up, my parents never talked about Haitians ever. And I know you've said before that you didn't even realize there was like this supposed hate until you got online, like on social media. And I'm like, yo, same for me. I was like, I missed the memo. I missed the memo that Haitians are supposed to be our enemies.
I never knew that.
I never knew.
It's very interesting. Honestly, I forgot to add this in the beginning, but just to let you guys know, we are not looking at any of the comments until we're completely done. So thank you very much in advance for all the super chats and all the insightful comments, because I know there's really good comments that are coming in, but we're not watching them because there was a whole situation in my last civil Discord where someone got very, very upset because they claimed that we were ignoring the comments, and that wasn't the case. But I have ADD, and I just found out it's ADHD. But apparently, I can't focus on too many things at once. I got my notes, I got her, I got the camera, I got things to focus on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at everything at the end, and it's hard to follow a timeline and pay attention to her and pay attention to me and pay attention to life while paying attention to all of that. So we're gonna look at the comments at the end, and also we have a lot of things to get through. So very, very sorry for those of you who want me to pay attention to the comments and pay attention to the live at the same time. But we're gonna do that at the end. But everything you said is very, very spot on. I personally didn't know anything regarding this hate. Like you said, like I grew up in a town where everyone was either Haitian or Hispanic. There was, of course, Black people, like African-American or Black American, depending on what term that you want to be called. But they were like on another part of town. Like I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Elizabeth, New Jersey is pretty diverse, but where I grew up in particular, I grew up in the Haitian part. Everyone was either, like I said, of Hispanic descent or Haitian descent. There were, Dominicans, Venezuelans, Colombians, and for the most part, they were like our brothers and sisters, okay? They was out here saying the N-word. They was out here saying, I kid y'all not, when I heard that apparently Hispanic people couldn't say the N-word, I was confused. I said, really? They've been saying the N-word forever. I did not know they can't say that. I said, what? We grew up like that. And I also grew up in a town, and if anyone is from Jersey, especially North Jersey, and you are probably from the ages of maybe 20 to 25, and you were in high school around the time I was in high school, you would know there was also a very, very serious beef that used to go on where African Americans and Haitian Americans had legitimate beef. And the Hispanics were most likely, most of the time, on the Haitian side. So we fought side by side with them against Black Americans. And it's crazy because most of the Hispanics were Dominican, and they were fighting alongside us. So I never had any type of hatred for them. I loved them. They taught me how to dance bachata. They taught me how to make empanadas. They taught me all the time. Like, what? My Spanish used to be on point. I literally got into Zumba because of them. I wanted to be a Zumba instructor because I am a Zumba instructor because of them. Like, I have like 2 Zumba certifications because of them. So it's very interesting when I got online and started seeing all these sentiments. Like, so hold up, we're beefing. Why? Like, and I had to and it's crazy because my parents, they speak Spanish. I have like some uncles or whatever that are of Dominican descent. Like, they're lighter than you. Like, they're borderline white. And I had to ask, like, why they look like that? I was so confused. Like, I was like, wait. Wait, I was so lost. And come to find some way, I don't know. I guess my dad's mom was doing something. I ain't get into the logistics, but I know she was doing something. But, I guess I have some Dominican in my family because clearly it's very, very obvious. And it's one of those situations where, a lot of them defended me. A lot of them helped my ass, okay? A lot of them, I never had an issue with them. So it's like when I started looking into the history, I had to look into history. I was like, all right. When people were, going in terms of, we just don't like them, they anti-Black, I was like, all right. I started to understand the sentiments. I was like, all right, I get it because, okay, they're lighter. I was like, okay, I could get the colorism type of sentiment about it. Then I got into the Parsley Massacre. And I was like, And then I started getting into the politics and I got a headache. I said, okay, Haiti politics is enough. Let me just stay there for a little bit. Then I'll go back to Dominican politics because
Yeah.
it's interesting. And just like what you said, DR has done a little bit better than Haiti, but it's still a mess in terms of like, just yikes. Like it's still a mess. And it's crazy because it's literally the same island and everyone does coexist very, very well. And I feel like the media, for whatever reason, portrays it in a way that just isn't 100% true. Like a lot of them do depend on each other for a lot. A lot of them have families together. They travel the border every other day. Like, bruh, they literally be in Dominican Republic one day, the next day they in Haiti doing this. Like, they really have a very codependent relationship. And for the most part, it's not as bad as people make it seem. It's just so interesting. Like, if you take the internet away, a lot of things just really don't exist. And I have no idea what the point of making it seem like this is. Like, I don't know. Like, even this comment section, just looking at the live chat, I'm like, what are y'all mad at? Like, what are y'all upset at right now? Like, what is the issue? Like, I was looking at the live chat before the chat started, and I'm just like, what? It doesn't make any logical sense. And I understand in terms of the whole, DR being seen as anti-black because it does look bad, right? Because I know what you're saying in terms of, you don't understand why, you guys are always seen as the big bad wolf. Well, for the most part, it just looks bad that you guys are kind of like, okay, I remember I said this to you the other day. I never knew, even though I grew up with Hispanic people, for the most part, most of the Hispanic people I grew up with were fair skinned. I never really seen many darker skinned ones. And the ones that were darker skinned, they were like Peruvian. And they were like far in between. Like they were like not really in the group, which is kind of fucked up now I think about it. The darker skinned ones, I'm not even gonna lie to you, they didn't really hang out with the regular Hispanic crews, if that makes sense. Like the ones that were darker, like the darker Colombians, the darker Dominicans, they kind of had their own little group. And even at that, they kind of stuck to us for the most part. They was with the Haitians, they were even with the Black Americans or the African Americans, or even with the Jamaicans and stuff like that. They kind of gravitated to their own group. Never really asked, but now that I'm an adult, I kind of think about it like, oh, that's interesting shit. Like they weren't common. They weren't common. And it's very interesting because it's like even when you turn on Hispanic type of television, Telemundo and all that extra stuff, you don't see them. They're not darker. They're all white looking. They're white looking Spanish speaking people. So it's like it kind of does look bad when you turn on the TV and you're seeing Haitians crying and depressed and shit, and they getting kicked out of the island. And it's like, okay, but hasn't Haiti helped them for years? Why they getting kicked off the island? Y'all want to help everybody else. Why can't y'all help them? So from the outside perspective, if you know a little bit, even if you don't even know the whole story, just if you know just a little bit of it, it just makes DR look bad. That's just from normal people that just see it. They're like, oh, they don't want to help the black people. It's because they white. They want to be white so bad. That's why people see it that way. Even though
that just goes to show how little people know, because the majority of DR is not white. DR is majority mulatto and black.
Now that's the issue. Because if you check the census, it don't even say that. It don't even say that.
DR is a majority mixed race country, but phenotypically, we are definitely on the browner side. We are not a white country by any means.
Which is weird because, like, when you look it up, it don't even really say that, really. It's very interesting. Like, it's like when my friends, I have a lot of friends that's been there. My boyfriend been there recently. He's like, yo, they practically look black. I don't know why they shit don't reflect that. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Like,
I mean, the statistics that I've seen, for the most part, the majority identifies as mixed. I don't think
I've seen
identify as white or black.
Yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, I see most of them say either mixed or white. I don't see most of them say black whatsoever. But I know a lot of people that have been there recently, and they're like, these people are black. Ain't no mixed. They black. I'm like, I ain't been there, so I don't know. They're like, no, Ivana, they darker than me. I'm like, really? They're like, nah, they black. I don't know why they black. This shit is Haiti. I'm like, it can't be. I'm like, they can't be.
Some are, but I would say I think most Dominicans fall in the more middle mixed range. Because I mean, look at me. I mean, somebody would say, oh, she's black, but genetically speaking, I am pretty mixed, like split. I mean, it depends, but I think the majority of Dominicans are pretty mixed, though.
So do you think like a random, like, so a regular Dominican would check the mixed box? and
Yeah,
not
I would
like.
say so.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you guys could, well, technically, I would consider a Dominican person mixed. So technically, if they were to be asked, they check that box off instead of like black or white or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
other options there would be.
I mean, pure white people very are a minority. I mean, because even your most lighter skinned Dominicans, they have African admixture, just like your darkest ones have European admixture. I mean, that's just how mixed everyone is. So it's hard to say that there's a lot of pure anything, you know?
Right. That's very, very true. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in order to understand the whole real root of the issue, I guess we'll get into DR history because I haven't really looked too much into that one as much, just as much to get into the why they have that much of a problem. But I guess you can kind of tell a very short synopsis of it so people could kind of understand, and then I'll get into the Haitian history just a tad bit. So
Okay, so what, just from like the beginning up until like
yeah, just who owned DR, how they treated DR, natural resources, stuff like that. How Haiti came into effect.
yeah, so as everyone knows, once upon a time, the entire islands, well, it was called Haiti. Okay, that was the name, the original name of the island. The Tainos inhabited the entire island. They had 5 caciques. Split them on the island. So the story. Columbus came, the Europeans came, the Spanish came. Santo Domingo was the very first permanent European settlement in the Americas. So you could say we're like the cradle of European expansion into the Americas. And the Spanish basically ruled the entire island for about 200 years. Now, as far as the slavery aspect goes, like the whole slavery system, so Santo Domingo did start off as like a sugar producing colony. And I believe you could say that the bulk of the enslaved Africans came more so in like the first half of that colonial period. You also find that there were multiple slave rebellions that happened during that time. So a lot of Dominicans don't even know that we had our own rebellions way
Yep.
back in the 1500s. So that rebelling spirit is something that runs in our blood as well. But what happened was Spain basically ended up kind of forgetting about Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo became like kind of a neglected colony. They went on to move towards, Mexico, Central America, South America, because, they were after gold, they were after the riches.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened in Santo Domingo was that the economy there ended up pretty much deteriorating. And the slave system moved from sugar and all that to cattle ranching. So with that, you saw a very different dynamic as far as the societal structure and like the relationship between the slave and the master. And now, I mean, like I said, there was still a hierarchy. So the master was still the master.
Right.
The white people were still on top, but there wasn't so much of a hostile relationship between like the slave and the master. Sometimes even the masters would be out there in the fields working with their slaves. It was a very different contrast to what you eventually saw in Haiti,
Very.
which was like a factory, like a slave factory, I guess you could say, where I'm sure you'll get into it, but the life expectancy of people over there was so short, because the work was so brutal. So the experience of the enslaved people was different in Santo Domingo, and I think because of that proximity between white and black people, that's why you also saw that a very large mixed race mulatto class even began to form and basically by the end of the slavery period in DR, there were more free Black people than there were enslaved ones. Enslaved people constituted actually a smaller minority by the beginning of the 19th century. So it was just a very different history. Our history just ended up playing out different simply due to the fact that Spain didn't give a shit about us no more. And it just turned out that way. And that's something I think you see throughout the rest of Latin America. Like the colonies in which Spain was the most invested obviously had the most slaves, and the treatment was a lot more brutal. But anyway, so yeah, that's how it worked out for us. And I think some of that also has to do with the way in which Dominicans relate to their Spanishness, but we'll get into that later because now we're going to talk about the supposed Dominican anti-blackness. So we'll get back to that. So that is, in a very small nutshell, Dominican history up until the 19th century.
Yep. So as you guys can tell, they have a very nice little, I don't want to say nice, but you guys had a better relationship in terms with Spain than Haiti did with France. In Haiti, it was a whole nother damn situation. So Spain did occupy most of the island. However, later on down the road, France, I said Spain? Spain, yeah, Spain occupied most of the island. France later on ended up occupying the other side of the island, which became Haiti, which we still call IET for the most part. And what's very interesting is we also had multiple rebellions. Honestly, it was the same shit going on. And what a lot of people don't like to talk about is that there was a lot of failed rebellions. I love my people, okay? I love us, okay? But I'm tired of this whole story of, oh my God, the slaves revolted and we won, end of story. That's not what happened, bruh. We lost mad times, bruh. Like, we lost mad. Like, that's not what happened. And then on top of that, we did have help. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge this, but the Polish did help us. Hence why we do have white people in Haiti. And I'm not talking about light-skinned people. I'm talking about white, blonde hair, blue-eyed people. Where you think them niggas came from? You thought that we just saved them and we didn't cut their heads off during the revolution? No. The Polish people helped us during the revolution. So essentially, we kept having all of these failed revolutions, but we were kind of getting there, right? So let's rewind a little bit. Like she said, DR was having a very interesting time. I don't want to say a good time because they were still enslaved, but Spain took their time to actually care about DR. France treated Haiti like a fucking farm, okay? They were milking the hell out of that island. Haiti is smaller. A lot of people like to say, why is it that Haiti is the smallest part? Why is it that they took the smallest part? They took the smallest part because Haiti has the better side, okay? Believe it or not, Haiti has a lot of untapped gold, untapped resources, and untapped a whole lot of shit that they can't mine because they don't have the manpower. And to be quite frank, they don't want to hire anyone and pay any cut out to anyone to go mine it. So there's tea right there. That's why everyone is in Haiti's business, because they want access to it. So there's that. But that's why France took that part of the island. But anyhow, France milked the hell out of that shit. They use it as vacation and slave labor. So they brought all these slaves over there. They was cultivating the sugar, cultivating the coffee. They was not playing. Okay, Haiti was like the top creme de la creme at the time. And it got to the point where they were just they were running out of slaves. Like, they were running out of slaves. They were importing slaves. It was just very, very depressing. It was said that the slavery in Haiti was worse there than anywhere else in the world. That's why they kept revolting. Mm-hmm. They kept really trying to get out of their situation. And it got to the point where Napoleon was like, hey, yo, these slaves doing too much, bro. Like, I'm tired. Like, we got to do something. We got to get these niggas out. And he enlisted the Polish, right? Now, what he fucked up, because Poland was also going through their own situation with, I believe, Russia, where they were also being invaded and enslaved. You know, Russia got their own share of what the fuck with everybody. Russia got, I don't know what, Russia, and they still got problem, but we're not going to get into that. Mm-hmm. And basically, they were enlisted to eradicate the slaves. And basically, when they came to Haiti, they saw that, okay, these aren't some niggas that just want to, you know, kill white people. These aren't some niggas that are just like volatile and hateful. They are on the same mission we're on. Mm-hmm. They don't want to just kill white people. They're not just a bunch of hateful niggas. So they banded forces with Haiti. And yeah, eventually, you know, that's when the whole voodoo ceremony comes into play and blah, blah, blah. They start knocking on niggas' doors and cut niggas' heads off with a machete. We're not going to go through all of that. That, whatever. Now, it's very interesting because, again, people ignore the fact that there was numerous rebellions. People ignore the fact that the Poland people helped us. And that's why Poland does own a part of Haiti. That's why we see white people in Haiti. And it wasn't just Poland. That's just a very short part of it, because there's other people that helped Haiti and all this other stuff as well. So it's very interesting because a lot of people just like to be like, oh, yeah, voodoo is white Haiti. Yeah, we had help and we failed a lot of times. Okay? Not to diminish what we've done. We are amazing. We are great. Okay, we are. the bomb diggity 1804, Nula, whatever. But at the same time, all of that shit needs to be acknowledged. Okay, the vast relationship between Spain and DR and France and Haiti is completely different. That's why it actually really annoys me that a lot of Haitians still kick Haiti's ass. Kiss. A lot of Haitians still kiss France's ass, is what I meant to say. A lot of Haitians still kiss France's ass because it's like, how fucking dare y'all? Okay, I understand it's been forever now, but it's ridiculous because they still expect Haiti to pay all that money back, right? As soon as Haiti gained its independence, they had numerous embargoes. And if you guys are not aware what an embargo is, it's essentially nothing comes in, nothing comes out, right? So when Haiti gained its independence, we have to remember they're the first Black independent republic, which means it's everyone is still enslaved. Black people still going through shit everywhere else. Black people still going through it. The only other independent free Black nations are like in Africa, right? So at this point, everyone is mad as fuck. People are like, excuse me, you guys are cutting off white people's heads off in the middle of the night. Y'all want a pat on the back for that? Oh, all right, fuck y'all. Nobody was buying shit from Haiti. No one was shipping shit into Haiti. Back, no one was able to come to Haiti. Nothing. Like everybody was like, fuck y'all. Everyone literally stopped. So you guys can imagine. Now you have a country full of slaves that just won. Well, whatever that won, whatever you want to call it at this point. Because at this point, they won, but it's like you have nothing coming in and nothing going out. They're going to suffer. And this is not just a one-time occurrence. Every time Haiti does something, this is what the other countries do. And it's not just America. It's America, it's United Nations, it's every country. And on top of that, Haiti was helping other people. Haiti has helped Venezuela, Colombia, DR, other countries gain their independence. And you have to dig to find this information because at the time, Haiti did not want to be affiliated because they were afraid. They're like, okay, they already mad at us for cutting niggas' heads off and shit. So we're gonna help you, but you gotta keep this on the hush hush. So it's like constantly Haiti would help people, but anytime Haiti needed help, no one would help them. So you can kind of understand the amount of anger and the amount of annoyance and the amount of like, what the fuck a lot of Haitians feel because it's like, bro, we did all of this work and no one wants to help us. But then, of course, Haitians can't get along either because even right after the, revolution, niggas still was like fighting because, of course, Haiti became Haiti North and Haiti South. I for what? That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. That's going to be coming on my Haitian story, my Haitian channel one day when I feel like going into that. But it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just sad because Haiti, as soon as they like got independence, they've been constantly punished for it. So it's like, Haiti wants their money back because they gained their independence. I said Haiti. Oh my God, y'all, I'm tired. France wants their money back because Haiti got their independence. And it's like, I don't understand the ass kissing. I don't understand why we speak French. I don't understand. I'm tired of people saying that we speak a broken version of French. No, the fuck we don't. We speak Haitian Creole. It's its own language. We have its own dialect. Look it up. It's its own language. It's not broken. Okay, for y'all Jamaicans, y'all don't speak broken English. You speak patois. It's a language. No one speaks a broken language. Dominicans, y'all do not speak broken Spanish.
Yeah, we get that too.
Y'all speak Dominican Spanish. Okay, I'm tired of y'all. Stop saying y'all speak broken shit. You don't see everybody else saying they speak broken languages. They don't like, that's not broken. That's y'all shit. Own it. Like, stop. It's really annoying. Like this, oh child. Like it's just really annoying to me. It needs to stop. It really needs to stop because it's coming to a point where it's like, I all of this is just unnecessary hate and unnecessary drama for no reason. That island is just a hot ass mess. And when it comes to like the drama, it's just, it doesn't need to be drama. Like, I don't understand the problem. Like, like I get why they act like that, but at the same time, it's too much. And of course, now you have the immigration, which you kind of touched on. A lot going on there.
Yeah. Did you want to touch on the Dominican independence? That was one of the following.
Oh God, yeah, the Dominican independence situation annoys me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get into. I'm annoyed. When I found out that DR, that annoyed. I didn't know that until a year or two ago. I just found out that DR celebrates their independence from us. I said, excuse me?
Yeah. I found out a few years ago too. It's okay. Some Dominicans be giving me shit for that because I said that. I'm like, well, I always just assumed it was from Spain. But then I learned that technically we have two Independence Days. I mean, the main one on February 27th is the independence from Haiti. But then we have a second one in August, which is our independence from Spain after being re-annexed to them a second time. What the fuck? But yeah, so we have two.
The thing is, y'all should have never even been re-annexed the second time, because
Yeah,
that's the
happened.
whole problem. From what I understand, y'all should have never even be re-annexed, because the whole point, and y'all, these people want a ticket. The whole point was they didn't want any other colonizers on the island, which is why Haiti was like, no, 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 y'all tripping, because that's what y'all let them back. So I guess that was the whole problem there. It's kind of, I guess DR saw it as Haiti's enslaving them.
Well, I mean that whole being re-annexed, that didn't help until later on. That was like in the 1860s. But going back to the Dominican independence, though, so okay, so as a lot of y'all know, Haiti occupied the entire island for 22 years. Now, initially, a lot of the people on the Spanish side, particularly those that had been formerly enslaved, they were actually for it. They were in favor of the unification because they had, this government basically promising them like equal rights and all that under this new government. So they were like, shit, well, I'd rather be under Haiti than possibly go back to being enslaved under the Spanish. So they were for it. But what ended up happening was that over time, people became very unhappy with Boyer and the way in which he was administrating the island.
Nah, he was tripping.
Yeah, so
Boyer was
he as far as like the Spanish side is concerned, they were trying to impose the French language. There were church properties that were confiscated. I've read that a university was closed. There were a lot of raids that happened during that period of time as well. A lot of Dominicans were killed during that time period, and people were especially unhappy with the heavy taxation that the Haitian government had imposed on them due to having to pay France back the reparations for y'all's independence. So eventually the Dominicans, they weren't Dominican yet, but for the sake of the conversation, I call them Dominicans. So they were like, yo, this is not what we signed up for.
Yeah.
So eventually they were like, we got to separate because this just isn't working out. So that's where you had Juan Pablo Duarte, who was considered like the main founding father of DR. He formed a secret society called La Trinitaria with Ramon Matias Mella and Francisco Rosario Sanchez, and they basically began to secretly plot a way to overthrow Boyer. And interestingly enough, they were actually helped by like a liberal Haitian party, because at the end of the day, the people on the the French side, Haitian side, whatever, they were not happy with Boyer either.
No, Boyer was tripping, bro. Boyer was.
So they actually helped them.
Bro, let's be real. A lot of the Haitian dictators were. I don't know what happened. It's like we could only come together to do one thing: free ourselves. After that, all bets are off. Like we're like, all right, we free now. Bye. I'll see next revolution. I bet. Like that's the only. I have no idea what it is. It's the strangest thing. Like literally, like I said, as soon as the revolution happened, Haiti North, Haiti South. The fuck? Like, and then all of a sudden, was it Dessalines that got exiled? Like, come on now, how the fuck? Like,
yeah,
all of us. Like, it's come on now. It's just some weird shit. When you really think about it, it's like, why can't we ever just come together all together? So I mean,
but even despite all that, there have been multiple instances in which Haiti even came to fight with us, to fight our causes with us, because even during the Restoration War, because that was basically like a civil war and a war going on against Spain, like all at the same time, because the Dominican nationalists, they were not happy with being, given back to Spain. So they were basically fighting the Dominican loyalists that were for it. So that was that. But you had Haitians that helped the Dominican nationalists even during that war. And if you look at during the 20th century, during the Civil War that happened in 1965, there were a lot of Haitians that that were there fighting alongside with the Dominicans against the United States. So I mean, there's been multiple cases in which we've been able to actually like fight together. It hasn't always been us warring at each other. It's just that we flip flop. 1 minute we're together, and then the next we're at each other. You know?
Yeah, The Haiti and DR have always fought alongside a lot of different for a lot of different causes. Even when it comes to the earthquake, which I didn't write that down. Let me see. Should we talk about that now or later? Oh, child, because I'm actually about to talk about that in one of my videos that I have to edit about when Sweet Mickey was president. DR, one of the Dominican senators, actually gave Haiti millions of dollars. Like, I ain't never seen that much money given Haiti in my life by one person. He had some sort of foundation, and where's the money? No one knows. Like, and he is so mad. Like, he is so upset, and I'm just like, I'm upset because where's the money? Like, he's like, I gave Haiti. I was the first person to give Haiti money. The fuck, and it's like, where is the money? Like millions, like a lot. Like I saw the number. I was like, he gave how much? This a typo? I had to look it up 3 times. Like, oh no, this is the amount. Yep, some Dominican senator. I forgot his name. And I'm like, that's interesting because I looked it up. Like Dominican Republic has had history of constantly giving Haiti money, and sadly,
Trujillo, he even gave part of Dominican, like a whole chunk of DR to Haiti back in like the 1930s, because the border was different than what it is now.
Oh yeah,
more land belonged to DR, and Trujillo cut off that section and gave it to Haiti.
I don't even understand. Like, it's just really, really sad. Like that, and it's crazy because that's how the whole Parsley massacre happened, the whole immigration situation, because they were tired of like Haiti just coming into DR and taking jobs. And I'm like, ooh, this sounds like America. Isn't that why they're trying to build that wall? Is that wall still up? They didn't tear that shit down yet.
But see, that's the thing, that the Dominican-Haitian border, it's really a border more on paper than anything else, because
they walk through that shit all day.
Unguarded. It's very porous. Like, people, you could just
walk past it,
or swim across the river in many areas. Like, it's not very guarded.
It's not a real border. Like, they literally, they be going there on Sundays to go sell shit. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. That's why I'm like, what? They make this seem like it's a real war and Haitians are trying to kill themselves to get a deal. What are they talking about? All they have to do is walk across the street. It's not that serious. Yo, I really be reading these articles sometimes. Like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like, I really be like, because my boyfriend has so much family that like lives in DR. I have family that lives in DR. And I just be sitting there like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, 1 minute they're like, yeah, I just came from DR. And I'm like, there's no way that this is a whole process then. Like, it can't be, because how? They're like, oh no, you just walk. I'm like, you just walk. Like, it's so interesting. And like, they make it seem like there's a wall. Like,
no wall.
Like,
it's like a freaking fence somewhere, but no wall.
It's ridiculous. Like, the whole immigration situation, like the whole not giving, I heard a lot of people's immigration status being revoked and stuff like that. That I think is kind of fucked up. I'm not sure why. So I don't know if you could touch on that. That's probably
So I guess we're on the immigration part of the conversation now. Okay, so I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so I'm not sure what these statistics are right now, but as of 2017, immigrants made up 4% of the Dominican population, and of those 4%, Haitian migrants made up 79% of the immigrant population. It actually might be more than that, because I've seen figures where it's like in the 80s, almost 90. And then I don't even know if that's counting the illegal ones. So the Haitians make up the vast majority of the immigrant population in DR. So with that, of course, you do have some Dominicans saying that Haitians are passively invading DR, that they're going to take over, that they're going to ethnically replace us, and all this craziness. So while, yes, the legal aspect of the legal immigration aspect, it is an issue. I don't think we can downplay that. But at the same time, I kind of have to sometimes side eye some Dominicans when they say that, because I'm like, y'all do realize a lot of these Haitians are being brought in by Dominicans, right?
That's another thing.
Haitians are being brought in by Dominican companies because they can pay them shit to work for them. So you can't just focus on the Haitians and have all this like animosity towards the Haitians. Like, why are so many of them coming over when the Dominican government is part guilty? And this is why I say, like, when looking at the situation between us, it's like neither party is completely innocent. There's always so many moving factors here. And yeah, it's like you can't just have all the smoke towards the Haitians and not the Dominican government. But at the same time, I can understand that sometimes some Dominicans feel like, but why is like the burden being placed so much on the Dominican government? Why is it always what is the Dominican government doing or not doing for Haitians? But nobody talks about the Haitian government. Like, it seems like the Haitian government is not brought up a lot of the times. Like, why
because
aren't
it doesn't exist. Like,
it's like, why don't people have the same energy for Haiti and their government? Like, why isn't Haiti
honestly,
doing
Haiti's government doesn't. I mean, it kind of exists now. I've been honestly, one day I covered one president, and now I've been going down the line. I'm not gonna cover the current president because I kind of want to visit Haiti soon, and he's still president, and they love to kill journalists. So I'm gonna leave him alone till he's out. So I'm gonna do the previous president now, and then I'm gonna go circle all the way back from day one, right after the revolution. So technically, for the most part, Haiti has had dictators. Okay, Haiti has not had presidents until maybe right after the dictator left in the 60s, 80s, 90s. I don't even remember the correct date right now. I'm not good with numbers. But for the most part, Haiti hasn't had democratic elections until very recently. Like, I'm telling you, maybe like 20 years ago. That's when they probably started having real democratic elections. And that is very, very subjective. Very subjective, because we still have alleged stuffed ballots, alleged illegal type of situations where it's like, okay, we're going to have a democratic election because America said so. And then America comes, has democratic runoffs, and then someone wins. Oh, no, we don't want that. Everyone starts to burning shit down. Person gets thrown out the ballot, and then the person everyone wants to win wins. Yay! 6 months later, everyone's mad because the person's not doing what they want them to do, which we don't know what the fuck they want them to do because it's always some other shit. And then they start to riot in the streets, get upset, get mad, and most likely, most of the time, that person never, ever does their full term. Literally, it's the same story over and over and over again. Like, it's very insane. Like, it's literally the same story. Like, I've literally looked at so many of them. I'm like, why the fuck is it the same thing? Person is liked, person runs, person doesn't win, person somehow wins because the most popular person that's supposed to win gets thrown out. All of a sudden, everyone hates the person because they think that they're stealing money. They think that they're not doing their job. Everyone starts rioting. They don't do their full term. America helps them get into exile. After they get into exile, then, years later, they come back to Haiti. Everyone's upset again. It's just like, it's the same story. So technically, Haiti runs on like provisional type of government. Most of the time, like when that type of shit happens, they have like a temporary government that like kind of like makes decisions kind of for them. Where like, I don't even know who the hell be on these boards. I've never really looked into like who be on these like little provisional type of situations. But for the most part, Haiti doesn't really have a stable government most of the time. It's always changing faces, changing decisions. Because for the most part, like, they're always in a fragile state. It's always the worst time. They always have elections at the worst. I have no idea how they're always, like, the elections are always at the worst possible times. Like, the previous president was supposed to leave this year, allegedly, but now they're very upset because they said he was supposed to live this year, but technically in the Constitution, he has another year, but they're trying to say, no, he doesn't. I don't know. Depends on who you ask at this freaking point. Technically, he has another year by the Constitution because now it's technically 5 years and not 4. We don't know. I'm over it. I'm really over it. So he refuses to leave till next year. And he technically was in office before the pop star president that they elected, which is honestly like the equivalent of Trump. And he came in right after the earthquake, which is a very, very sensitive time to be president. The previous president before that came in. He was president he was leaving during the earthquake. And then the previous president before that was coming right after a dictator. And then the people, like, it's like they all, like, their elections always fall at the most sensitive. Like, it's like, damn, can we just, like, not have them at sensitive times? Like, damn. Like, oh, God, it's not the time for these people to be voting. And then it's like, it's not as if they keep voting the same people. We had diplomatic people. We had a priest even. You had a farmer. Like it's crazy. It's different people, and they just all seem to allegedly do the same shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
never get held to justice. Let's be real. They never actually go to jail for this embezzling of money that everyone claims that they do. But to be
Right.
honest, the pop star president, that's the only person I can see that you can kind of see that he probably really did steal money because he was the only one that wasn't smart enough to cover his tracks. Like, to be honest, like you could kind of see it's like all his houses were foreclosed, then all of a sudden you run for president. Now you have a $9 million beach house by the water.
Wow.
Like, foreclosed houses in America, beach house.
Mm-hmm.
I still love your music, nigga, but yikes. You look like you stealing money. Like you look like you stealing money, bro. Like it just don't look right. It's like shit. At least everybody else, if they stealing money, they were smart about it. You, my friend,
Yeah.
didn't do a good job. You know, it's just it all depends. You know, like for the most part, people are not going to look at Haiti's government because at this point, people don't consider Haiti of having a government. We don't have a stable one. We don't have a
Okay.
stable government. Everyone is in and out. It's a fucking shit show. It's a
Okay.
fucking shit show. It doesn't exist for the most part. The Haitian government is an oxymoron. You know, it's an oxymoron.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess our next point would be the Parsley Massacre, I think.
Yeah, but I just wanted to touch on real quick on
Oh,
the people that you mentioned that were stripped or whatever of their status.
mm-hmm.
So I was actually just reading something on this earlier, and I'm glad I did because I was like, I'm sure this is going to come up at some point. But okay, so I think you can look at that from the legalities of it, and then from like a moral aspect. So I think something that people need to keep in mind is that DR, as well as Haiti, does not grant birthright citizenship based on you being born there. The US is one of the few countries that does that, but from what I've heard, the majority of the world does not do that. It's you're given Dominican citizenship at birth based on having a Dominican parent. It's like a blood relation type of thing. And same thing in Haiti. So these particular people, they were never actually Dominican nationals or Dominican citizens to begin with. They were the descendants of Haitians that had gone to work in DR, like 2 generations, some 3 generations ago. But they were in transit. So they themselves never acquired any type of Dominican citizenship or whatever. They kind of just, they went there to work, and I guess this is where they were supposed to go back, but they just stayed there. And so they had, children, grandchildren there. But again, they were never Dominican by law. Now, I'm not sure what it was that prompted the Dominican government to do this. I'm not sure. But technically, you can't say that they were stateless because they were still Haitian.
Right.
But they just weren't given the Dominican citizenship. So again, they weren't stripped of anything. But I can see from like a moral standpoint or a humanitarian standpoint, I guess you could say, why some people were like, Daniel, that's fucked up, because you had now, say, maybe 2 generations of people that had never lived in Haiti. All they knew was DR, and now they were being sent to a country where maybe they didn't speak Haitian, Creole, or they didn't really know the Haitian culture. They knew the Dominican one. So from that aspect, I can see why people were like, yo, that's kind of messed up. But yeah, so that's what, very briefly, that's what happened. They weren't actually stripped of anything because they never had it to begin with.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Damn, I did not know DR didn't have that. Like, I just found out that America is one of those places that has that birthright citizenship.
Yeah, but we're the minority over here. Most countries don't do that.
That's insane. I was like, oh wow. I just found out that we're the minority. I was like, really? Okay, look at America. No wonder everybody trying to run over here.
Yeah, exactly. I remember hearing that Trump wanted to revoke that.
Damn, he's tripping. Nah, boy, he's tripping.
Yeah, that's why all the immigrants try to come over here and have their babies here, because they know their babies are going to be automatic citizens.
Wow, that's some wow.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of touched on the Parsley Massacre, just a tad bit.
Yeah.
But the whole immigration situation is part maybe.
Yeah, that kind of has to do with it. Yeah. Well, as far, my thoughts on it, I think the Parsley Massacre, it was an extremely inhumane act that will forever be a stain in Dominican history. I don't think there's any way of getting around that. It was an atrocity. And it's something that we as Dominicans just kind of have to live with. Like I said, it's a stain in our past that it's still there. It still gets brought up, and it is what it is. And I can only imagine the terror or like the trauma of the people that either that witnessed it or that survived it.
Have you ever watched videos of the survivors?
I have watched a few. Yeah, so I can
not
only imagine.
I did not know there was people that like are still alive. I was
Mhm.
like, oh shit. I was like, oh y'all old. Like y'all old. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god. Like I did not think there'd be people still alive. And it's like it's really, really oh wait, there's people that are probably watching this that don't know what that is. If you guys are not aware, the Parsley Massacre in short is essentially a massacre that happened on the border of Haiti and DR where Trujillo, which was past president slash, could we call him a dictator? We don't know what that
Yes, he
was.
was definitely a dictator.
Yeah, dictator who essentially
Yeah.
ordered the massacre of Haitians on the border who could not say parsley correctly. Because
Mhm.
Dominicans and Haitians say parsley differently. So if you can't say parsley correctly, if you say it in a different type of accent, you would be murdered on spot. Shot, stabbed, head cut off, whatever. Whether you a kid, adult, elder, doesn't matter. And let's just say shout outs to the Dominicans that were actually hiding Haitians, because there were a lot of Dominicans that were actually helping Haitians not to get killed at this point. But this whole situation was like really, really fucked up. They killed like hundreds of thousands of Haitians, but no one really knows what the number is because it was, I don't want to say it wasn't documented, but for the most part, a lot of people, I don't want to say swept it under the rug, but it wasn't really reported for a very, very long time. And for the most part, people didn't really catch wind of it for real until like a long time after. And Trujillo tried to lie about it. Yo,
It was a whole mess. But I mean, I think it's also been hard to pinpoint a number because I mean, you would think there'd be like mass graves or something somewhere, but I
can't
mean,
find
I
them.
don't know. Yeah, so it's hard to really say, but I think
they threw them in the river.
That's possible.
Yeah, they did something. They either burned them or threw them in a river. It was some shit. Like they did something. Like, and even at that, I heard like apparently like DR didn't start recognizing it as something until like later down the line.
I
Like,
heard that too.
and I was like, nigga, what? I did not know that because I didn't know about the Parsley Massacre until I was an adult. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
me too.
I was like, Parsley Massacre. I thought this was some shit where they ran out of parsley. I ain't know what the fuck that. Listen, I listen.
Yeah,
They
but
did
I
not
think
teach this in
people
school.
need to keep in mind though that DR was under the leadership of a dictator, a very brutal dictator. I would go as far as to call Trujillo a psychopath.
And what makes it worse is he was of Haitian descent.
He had a Haitian grandmother, yes. Yep. So I mean, just keep that in mind, all right? And that was his solution to what he considered to be an encroaching Haitian problem at the border, because thing is, Trujillo, he saw Haitian migration to DR as like a detriment to the economic or to the development of the Dominican nation. He considered them, these pure Black people. How are they going to identify with us ethnically? He was very, at the end of the day, he had very anti-Haitian sentiments.
Yeah, and he would also, wasn't he the one that was painting himself white and shit? Like he was just, he had some very issues.
I mean, but again, this was Trujillo,
and that's what makes it worse.
Represent all Dominicans or all the Dominicans of that time, y'all.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like it kind of like it makes everyone look bad. It's so fucked up because I'm like, I was reading up on that. That shit hurt. I was crying reading that shit. I was like, oh my god, all of these people died.
Yeah,
even Dominicans were killed. Any Dominicans that was harboring Haitians was killed. They was like, what? You Haitian harborer? What? They were like, you want to harbor a Haitian? Off with your head. They were not playing. Like they were really, really not playing with anybody that was trying to help the Haitians at all. It was very, very depressing. That was a very, very sad time. And of course, that goes into the conversation of Dominican Republic and anti-Blackness, which a lot of people love to talk about. To be quite honest with you,
yes.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were already talking about that one in the chat, and I was just like,
all right, look, okay.
Yeah,
so if any of my people from my channel are here, y'all know that is one thing that I kind of took it upon myself as a Dominican on YouTube to try and counter that narrative that Dominicans as a whole are just extremely anti-Black and in extreme denial of our African ancestry. Like, that is very exaggerated, first of all, extremely exaggerated. You know, I come from a very big family, and I know that my experience is not the experience of every Dominican, but I never witnessed any of the Dominicans in my family, particularly the darker, Blacker ones, deny that they were Black or that they had African blood in them. Never. So when I started to see this being regurgitated so much on social media, I was like, what? This was not, I did not see this growing up. Again, not saying that doesn't exist, but I didn't see it. But I do think, though, that for those that do display this type of anti-Black or wanting to be closer to whiteness, I do think there's two aspects to that. I think you have, the historical colonial aspect. At the end of the day, even though our slavery may not have been as brutal, whatever, but we are still the product of colonization at the end of the day. So wherever colonization and slavery existed, there's going to be some legacy left of either racism, colorism, featureism, texturism, all that shit. So of course, there are going to be Dominicans that harbor some of those sentiments. That's where you get the things of like Dominicans making fun of other Dominicans because they got big noses or big lips or the whole good hair versus bad hair thing. Like it is what it is. Of course, some Dominicans are going to feel that because of we come from a colonial society, and you're going to see this everywhere. But what I dislike though is that Dominicans have basically been made to be the poster child of like self-hate and anti-Blackness, when you can see this shit in like every community, even the communities that are more African descent than us. You see, they still got people that are self-hating or that have these type of colorist mindsets, but for whatever reason, the spotlight is always placed on us, and that is what kind of bothers me. But anyway, so you have that one aspect, but the second aspect is, I think sometimes why you see Dominicans kind of like, rejecting the Black label is to make the distinction between us and Haitians. That is a thing. And again, I don't think we can deny that that is a thing of differentiating the mixed mulatto, lighter skinned Dominicans from the straight up Black Haitians. That is a thing. So it's interesting because while we're dealing with the effects of colonization, at the same time, it was like this thing of trying to make that distinction from us and y'all.
But why?
So it also feeds into some other anti-Blackness that you see among some Dominicans.
But it's like, what do you think the reason is? That's very interesting. I never thought of it that way.
The reason as to why people want to make the distinction?
Yeah.
I think some of it just has to do with like, the history between us and how a lot of people feel like, the Haitians, they've invaded us so many times. They think the whole island belongs to them. We're different from them. But some of it is racism, because at the end of the day, there are racist Dominicans. So,
that's true.
And since Haitians, for a lot of people, are seen as like the epitome of Blackness, it's like in order to make that distinction between me and a Haitian, I have to, claim that I'm not Black because the Black people are Haitians.
That makes perfect.
So there's that aspect of it. But also, I think going back to the colonial period and going back to, the more lax relationship between, the slaves and the masters, I think because there was a more not so bad relationship between, the African descent people and the Spanish descent people, it made it easier for the enslaved or the formerly enslaved, not all of them, but for some of them to embrace that Spanish identity more and to kind of see themselves as Spanish in a way. And kind of, I don't know, I guess you could say maybe reject some of like their actual African identity. Because at the end of the day, the more European you were, that also granted you certain privileges in society. And that's something you see, I think, across all colonial systems. The more either mixed you were, the more whiter you were, the more lighter you were, granted you certain privileges. So I think it's a mix of all of that as to why you see in some Dominicans this kind of anti-Black thing. But I personally, though, I don't think it's something that is rampant among Dominican people. And I feel like it just doesn't make sense. Like, how does it make sense for an island of people that are very obviously melanated, to be in this such a state of denial. I mean, the African influence is just so apparent everywhere. It's apparent in our culture and our
It's
music and our
strange.
food. I feel like even, I mean, the way that we speak Spanish has a lot of African influence. So I feel like it just doesn't make sense for us
It
to be
is
in
strange.
denial. It doesn't make sense.
It is strange. Like it's funny
You
because
know?
like even when I went to like I said, my Spanish used to be on point for real for real. Like I used to like you can speak Spanish from me. I'm like, I know exactly what you're saying. Talk shit if you want to. Like now it's like when I went to college, it's like I went to the PBI, which is like a predominantly black institution. So it's like even the Hispanic people that were there, they were like kind of like more black than anything. They didn't really speak Spanish. They grew up around black people. And I'm like, God damn, like, can y'all teach you Spanish? Like, damn, I lost all my Spanish. It was so interesting. So it's like very interesting to see, just like how you said, it's like for the most part, even around here, and just most people that I see that are of Hispanic descent, I've never come across any of them that were anti-black. Never in my life have I come across a Dominican or any other Hispanic person that was anti-black. In my life, I've come across more mixed, like black and white people that were anti-black than I come across more black people that were anti-black than Hispanic people. So it's very strange to me. Like I'm telling you, the social media has opened my eyes to so much shit. And
Girl.
I just be saying like I couldn't be me, never grew up with it, never seen it. And even
Yeah.
at that, like just like how you said, there's lots of other cultures that have anti-blackness. Haiti has a lot of anti-blackness, and we the epitome of black in the Caribbean. Let's be real. First of all, I already talked about this on my main channel and my Haitian channel. Haiti's colorism and classism situation is a mess. Our colorism situation is ridiculous. And it's funny because y'all looking at my skin tone right now. For a lot of Haitians, I'm considered a lighter skin tone, which I could never understand. I could never understand. It's freaking annoying. It's all fucking hell. Because people will really sit there and like be like, oh my God, like you're so lucky you're that skin tone. Because like my dad is
Really?
dark skinned. Yeah, and my mom was like maybe a tone or like just a little bit lighter than me, like a little darker. She's like a shader so darker than me, and they'd be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you're so lucky, you're that skin tone." And I'm like, "What the fuck
Mm.
does that mean?" Like I never thought of it like that. Well, you're lucky. I'm just telling you, like, bitch. Who cares? Like I really be
Mm.
mad. Like who says that? And it's always from like a darker skinned person. It's like I understand that you may have some type of like identity issue, but don't come here with that. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that have that, and there's a lot of reasons. Oh, excuse me. There's a lot of like people that you'll see in Haiti that are like, the elite class, the more wealthier class or whatever. You'll see them. They're light skinned, they're white, they're Asian, they're this, that, and they're everything but black. Okay, they're everything but dark skin. They're the lighter skin black. They're this, that, and the third. They're everything but a dark skin black Haitian. I'm telling you this right now. And it just makes you wonder, how is it that everything but a black Haitian, everything but the majority of the country is part of the elite class, is the class that's making money, is the class that is of a higher stature in a way. It's
Yeah.
just very, and it's crazy because it's like, I understand why people come at DR, but at the same time, it's like, come on now. Like the only reason people don't come at Haiti for the most part is because 90+% of the country's black. Like let's be real, like 90,
Yeah.
99. No, it's not 99, like 95, 98, 90 some shit. It's something 90. That's a damn lot. Even though there's white people, there's Asians, there's all these other people, it's a tiny ass percentage. Like it's a bit like most of that island is black. Like Haiti is black as fuck. Like it is. But that
Hmm.
doesn't negate that they have a lot of issues. Like it's very interesting. Like the self-hate is ridiculous. The skin bleaching, the class issues, the self-hatred. Oh my God. Like the
Yeah.
amount of the texturism. Don't even get
Yeah.
me started with the texturism, bro. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have yo, I had to fight just to have my natural hair. I can't even tell you the fight to have locks these days. Like
Mm.
I have braids now, so I've gotten to relax for a little bit. But like when I got locks, woo child, oh you're educated. Why do you have locks in your hair? I go,
Mm.
what?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you're educated. Why would
Okay.
you do that to yourself? What?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the
like
thing,
even when
like
I
this
had
whole the anti-blackness or whatever, it exists literally everywhere. So I feel like we look kind of dumb, like, oh, pointing the fingers at each other, oh y'all. It's like, come on, y'all, it's just everywhere.
it's
But also I think we need to also keep in mind that as far as because I think, okay, the issue people sometimes have with Dominicans is that some Dominicans just won't identify as Black, but that doesn't mean that they're negating their African ancestry.
See,
Though,
that's the thing, right?
keep in mind, there are different racial systems. The United States has a very specific one where, you know, the one drop rule and all that shit was here. Other countries didn't have that. DR literally has like 30 different skin tone classifications. Okay?
Now, question. I have a question for you, right? A lot of people, and I'm very sure this has been in the chat. I'm so happy we haven't been looking at the chat because I know we would have got so off track. I'm happy because we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. For the most part, everyone calls Dominicans Black Haitians, like light-skinned Haitians. They're like, you guys are just light-skinned Haitians. You guys are white Haitians, just on the other side of the island.
Yeah.
I just feel like, no, nigga, they just Dominicans. Leave them alone. I'll be like, oh, come on now. They like, come on. Like, that's
why that does really that does bug me a little bit. I'm like, how does that work? How does that even make sense when the Dominican people had already been forming on the island before Haiti even before like the French colony even existed? Like,
yeah, to be honest, yeah. If anything, Dominicans are kind of there formulating their own little shit because Spain was out freaking out like golden shit.
We was already mixing and all that stuff.
Yeah, they were.
With the Taino first, then with the Africans. So I mean, our population had already been forming before the French took their side. So how are we just light-skinned Haitians? It don't make no sense. Like we're our own people, and Haitians are, you know, their own people. Like, why can't, like, I don't know. I do find it weird though. That's like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes people don't like respect the Dominican identity. Like, damn.
At all. They be coming at y'all. I'm like, y'all not chill.
They really do.
I be having to come at people like, you're not about to come at my Dominicans. Like, I made one video about, I don't know what video I made about DR besides the Parsley Massacre. I made another one besides the Parsley Massacre. And I was like, y'all not about to come at my Dominicans. People were so upset. Even if you had Dominican friends, they didn't like you. I'm like, bitch, yes, the fuck they did. And they still like me. Y'all not about
Period.
Period. Like, bitch, what you talking about? Like, I love my Dominican friends. I love my Hispanic friends, period. Like, at the end of the day, like, y'all not about to tell me nothing different. Like, y'all about to tell me my white best friend don't love me either? Bitch is Polish. She could have been my friend back in the day. She could be a whole soul tie friend. How do I have a random Polish best friend? She could have been shooting with me back in the island. She could have been helping me or some shit. We could have been in a revolution together. I don't even know. It's so random that I have a Polish best friend and I find out that Poland helped Haiti in the revolution. It's so weird.
It's like, wow, like meant to be.
Yo, when I found out, I called down. I was like, yo, did you know your people help my people? Yo.
I was like, y'all was meant to be friends.
Yo, that shit is scary. Like, she grew up in the hood and everything, so it's so ironic. What do you know? A Poland girl grows up in the fucking hood. I was like, why the fuck your parents come here? So weird. You just see this random white girl walking around with all these black kids. I'm like, why the fuck you here, bitch? Like, I used to look at her like, the fuck she doing here? Bro, I'm telling you, it was only Hispanic and black girls. You know, black girls, Hispanic girls, you know. You just see this white girl, blonde hair, and I'm like, who the fuck is that and why? And it wasn't until we got to college together, and she's like, oh, I went to school in Elizabeth. I'm like, I know. You see your white ass. Oh, that sounds so bad. I like to see your ass. And she's like, yeah, bitch. I went to da-da-da. And we just became friends. You know, it's just.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's really interesting though, because like I've told you before, I've had very little interaction with Haitians. The most interaction I've had with Haitian people has been on YouTube. Like where I grew up, I knew not one Haitian, not one. I mean, there weren't a lot of Caribbean people, period. Hispanic Caribbean or non-Hispanic.
That is so
there was a little bit of Dominicans, not a lot, but definitely no Haitians. And even when I would go to DR, I guess just the town where my family's from. My family's from a town in DR called Bonao. I guess Haitians just don't go there a lot because I never really run into them. Now, when I would go to the capital, I would see them. Like,
the capitals were a lot
of like the middle of traffic, like selling like peanuts or glasses or whatever. So I'd see them there, but I've never ever actually interacted with a Haitian in DR either.
That's so interesting.
So it wasn't until I got on YouTube that I came in contact with a few Haitians. And I mean, I literally knew nothing about Haitian culture. All that I knew was the stereotypical shit that you're taught here in the U.S.
Oh my God. Okay, what are the stereotypes?
Everything's always about voodoo. You know,
really?
God is punishing Haiti because they've practiced voodoo. You know, the type of shit that you hear here. That is what I knew of Haitians, and that most of them are black, and that y'all got zombies and mermaids.
You know
That's
what's
the type
very funny?
of shit
Apparently,
that I
this
would
whole
hear.
situation right here is on the flag. This is the Haiti coat of arms, and this is
Uh-huh.
actually technically an entire voodoo reference, which is very interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if
Hmm.
it's like the whole
Okay.
country is rooted in voodoo, from the fucking music to the food to the culture. I mean, the thing is, people paint voodoo as such a negative thing when in actuality, Haitian voodoo is a religion just like any other religion, and just like
Isn't
any
the
religion,
majority of Haitians Catholic? Oh,
a lot of Haitians are Catholic, and a lot of Haitians actually practice voodoo alongside other shit. You could be Protestant and practice voodoo, Catholic and practice voodoo shit, Muslim and practice voodoo, whatever the case may be. But the whole point is, a lot of people demonize it. Western civilization has demonized it. Honestly, the whole demonization of Haitian voodoo came along with mainly the occupation of America in, DR and Haiti. When people would witness the ceremonies, they would go back and be like, "Oh my God!" The soldiers and shit were sitting there like,
yeah.
"Yep, we saw these ceremonies." They would take it back to America. Now people writing fucking zombie movies and all this extra goofy shit.
Mm.
That's where the zombies came from. It came from Haiti, and all of that goofy stuff. That's why people like to come at Haiti and they're like, "Oh, you guys are gatekeeping the culture, bitch." Of course we're gonna gatekeep, because when we gave y'all any little bit of shit, y'all went and took it and turned it into y'all shit, made money off of it, and demonized it. And this ain't that. That's not okay. That's fucked up. So
Yeah.
for the most part, now a lot of people that practice Haitian voodoo, they keep it on the hush hush. They're afraid to say they practice, because most people are going to demonize them for it. They're going to get killed for it. They're going to be, whatever. I don't practice, but I have a lot of family members who practice, like a lot of family who practice. I have a lot of friends who practice. And for the most part, it's a lot of demonic people who practice. You can use Haitian voodoo to do really bad things to people. You could use
Yeah.
Haitian voodoo to just practice. Like, the whole point of Haitian voodoo is to be your higher self. It is to connect with your ancestors. It is to maintain a sense of power, to connect to a higher being, connect with God, etc. It's not really to be throwing hexes at people and all this extra shit. And it's
Okay.
what's really bad is that a lot of people will see people that they know practice Haitian voodoo, and they'll be like, "You see, it's a horrible religion. My aunt, my brother, my sister, she practices, and now, this is what the law, this is what the spirits did to her. Now she ain't got a leg." It's like, the only way stupid shit like that happens to you is if you did bullshit. Like, for the most part, and I'm not trying to say that your family's trash, but for the most part, Haitian voodoo is very complicated. You have to have a very pure soul. Not pure, but pure, right? You can't
Hmm.
have malicious intent. You can't be a trash person. You can't just be sitting here calling loi in your closet. You can't just, it's not like any other religion where you're just like, "Hey, I give my life to God. I like this loi. I like the color pink. I like the color blue. I like the day Tuesday. Let me pick this loi." Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to be properly initiated either in Haiti or by someone here, which honestly, most of these people are fake. So most likely you have to be properly initiated in Haiti. You have to be of
Okay.
Haitian descent for the most part, or if not, someone has to bring you into it. And it's one of those things where, again, the law has to pick you. And it's for, like, you have to have really good intentions as a pure person. If you're a bad person, if you're out here throwing spells at people, you can throw spells at people. You can do really bad things to people, but it's always gonna come back to you. Like, no matter what. It doesn't matter whether it's justified or not. Usually if it's justified, like, say someone raped your kid or some shit like that. If something like that, maybe it won't bat back onto you, but for the most part, you have to stay in your place as a human. And when it comes to voodoo or any of those other religions, it works as judge, jury, and executioner. Point blank,
Mm.
period. That's how it is. It's like, point blank, you did some shit, we gonna help you, but that don't mean we ain't got we ain't got morals. We don't like what the fuck you did. We gonna help you. Oh, you want to kill, blah blah blah. All right,
Yeah.
good luck with that.
Mm.
Good luck
No,
with
what's
that.
interesting is DR has its own version of voodoo too,
Yeah, of
called
course.
Bendiciones, and a lot of people don't realize a lot of elements of that are seen in like mainstream Dominican culture
Yep.
too. And
It's
even apart from that, though, like there's a lot of spiritism, witchcraft, and all that.
Bruja,
Yeah,
Santeria,
no,
all of
I
that
heard
shit.
stories from my mom when she was growing up. yo, I mean, my mom knew legit witches. She knew people who were spiritists, people who were mediums. My mom witnessed all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of it, that's the thing, like witchcraft is a whole nother thing. Like that's a whole nother thing. And most people use witchcraft and all of that stuff in conjunction with voodoo to do bad shit. Like Haitian voodoo is a religion within itself. Like you can't, like, there's different spirits for different shit. Like you can't just use a law to do bad shit. You have to go do a whole nother, it's a whole nother thing. And it's very funny because a lot of people like to just, oh, well, Haitian voodoo is bad. No. Okay, white people made you think that. That's not what it is. That's why a lot of people are so afraid to say they practice, or a lot of people are so afraid to say that, you know, they're part of it, or they, you know, whatever the case may be. And that's not really what it is. It's really, it's unfortunate. It's really sad because that is our birthright for the most part. A lot of the slaves that came to Hispaniola, or any other island came with their practices. And what is this cat doing? A lot of people came with their practices and came with their beliefs, and now they're afraid to practice it. They're afraid to have their own beliefs and their own opinions because people demonize it, and that's not okay. I think that's really fucked up. It's really sad because a lot of it is misunderstood and a lot of it is misconstrued because people want to write their books and make their fucking movies that are just completely inaccurate and full of bullshit. Yeah. For the most part. But it's like that stereotype is really fucking hilarious because it's like, if that's the case, don't you think half of y'all would be dead right now? Let's be real. Like, like, don't you think Trump would be dead right now for saying we're a shithole country?
True.
Don't you think if we're so demonic and we're so evil, Haiti would be the utopia of the world? If we could really do that much magic and that much power, like, let's be real. Like, it's not that
true. Y'all would just
simple.
done the magic or whatever to get yourself out of that situation.
It just doesn't really make much sense to me. It's like, that's really not how it works. It's a lot more complicated and a lot more different. Like, you have to really do voodoo for yourself. Like, it's a self practice for your self betterment, your self upliftment, your self worth, yourself. Like, it's a self thing. And you have to really know yourself. It's not one of those things where it's like, you know, you're going to be doing it and, you know, you can be out here touching kids and killing people and selling spells, and people not going to, niggas going to know you doing fuck shit. And you can't run, you can't hide. If you're a shit person, people going to know you're a shit person. Like, they're going to know. Next thing you know, you get turned into some type of creature. Now you got to eat babies for a living. Like, listen, I'm telling you, it's serious. Like, that's why I be telling people, like, y'all want to sit here and eat and think you calling loi in your closet. I didn't tell y'all to do that. I'm making these videos for informational and non-ignorant purposes. If you go call lois in your closet, that's your business. But for the most part, that's not how voodoo works. What you do is what you do. But the stereotypes you've heard, yeah, those are what I hear all the time. Like, every time someone finds out I'm Haitian, it's just the most annoying thing. They're like, "Sac passe," and I'm like,
that's about the only phrase I know, to be honest.
I'm like, is that the only word y'all know? Could we, like, get another word? Like, at least I grew up with Hispanic people, so I was never like most Hispanic people. Yeah. One of my best friends as a child was Colombian. So.
Oh, okay. Love her. So it hasn't been since being on social media. I've now become aware of a few different styles of like Haitian music, and I see some of y'all's dishes, some of which are very similar to Dominican.
You haven't had it yet?
I've never actually tried Haitian food.
Wait, where do you live again?
Virginia, close to DC.
I'm gonna have to fly to you one day. We're gonna have some Haitian food.
I hear it's good. I always see that black rice. What is it called?
What?
I want to try it.
Divi John John.
So I'm like, I might have to try this.
Girl, you never. Yo, I'm really gonna have to bring you some Haitian food. I'm really gonna fuck around and go to Virginia, and we're gonna have a mukbang.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Dominican tries Haitian food for the first time. Yeah. That's gonna be fun. And you can have some Dominican food. I've had Dominican food plenty of times though.
Okay.
Times Dominican. I've had so much Hispanic. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm a mommy at this point. I've had so much because it's like there's so, like, in Elizabeth there's so many Hispanic restaurants. Like, there's a strip. Like, there's 2 or 3 strips where there's just like Hispanic. Like, you got an El Salvadorian one, then you got like a Costa Rican one, then you got a Venezuelan one, then you got a Dominican one, then you got this down one whole street. So I just be going wherever I feel like eating that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have to get you some. What? You
I
never had
know. I know. Like I said, I just had very, very little exposure to Haitian people and Haitian culture.
Oh my
So
god, you have to come up here. You gotta come to Brooklyn or something. That's where you
probably.
find both. You find Dominicans and Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
We find both. So that's gonna be very interesting. So I guess we kind of talked about the codependent relationship already, so we don't have to go through that. Haitian entitlement would be the next one, which I guess all the Haitians are gonna hate me for this. For the most part, oh wait, did we talk about Haitian and Dominican families? We did kind of talk about that.
Kind of. I mean, I haven't personally met any, but like I mentioned at the very beginning, there's definitely Haitians and Dominicans getting together and having babies.
Oh no,
So
there definitely is. There's very there's a lot of blended Haitian and Dominican families. A lot.
Mhm.
Like I said, I have Dominicans in my family apparently. I don't even
Mm.
want to ask questions because at this point, that shit is weird to me because I'm
I
like,
mean, it's only logical, especially on either side for people that live along the border. Like, I mean, I feel like it's only natural.
yeah, it makes perfect.
Somebody's gonna find somebody attractive, and they'll
Yeah, it
have
makes
babies.
sense. It makes sense.
Like get married, whatever it is. So
Yes.
yeah.
So Haitian entitlement. Haitian entitlement, I guess, goes into the whole immigration situation. I feel like a lot of Haitians are very entitled, and I feel like a lot of us need to talk about how a lot of us have this whole situation of feeling like we all have to like get help and people have to help us. And to be quite honest, nobody has to give us shit. We need to spend time in our own country. We need to go to our own country and help our own country and stop leaving it. I feel like a lot of people in Haiti have this habit of like getting great, getting good, and just leaving. Like we
Mhm.
spend all this time when we going on vacation, we going to Puerto Rico. We going on vacation, we going to DR. We going on vacation, we going to France. We going on vacation, we going to fucking Guam. We're going to fucking Virgin Islands. We're not spending time in our country. We're not investing money in our country. We're not doing anything. We're donating to shit. We're not donating to Haiti. You know, well, let's be real. They steal the money. So I'm not even about to fault y'all for not donating to Haiti. But you get
Yeah.
the point. Like we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
invest in the tourism. We don't really care to make our country better, but then we get mad when people don't accept us or accept our family or accept other people into the country. And I think that's a very serious problem. I feel like a lot of
Mm.
Haitians are entitled. I feel like a lot of Haitians need to stop that shit. Cause
Mhm.
we need to help our own people. We need to help our own country. Because at this point, if all the good people keep leaving, if all the diplomats, if all the wealthy keep leaving, that's not gonna help. Because like I realized I've been doing all of these videos about like the elite, I guess, of Haiti, and they just keep leaving. Like they get exiled, or like they end up leaving because of their political beliefs. They end up leaving because something usually goes wrong, and I just be like, how the fuck, like, why is all of the people that could actually help Haiti leaving, the doctors, the lawyers? I'm like,
Yeah. Very serious brain drain going
yeah,
on.
it's really bad. And I'm like, that's really not good. And I actually saw someone comment this on a post the other day. And they were like, oh, it's going to be up to the diaspora, like the Haitian Americans
I
to
was gonna
like
ask you
help
that
Haiti.
if you feel like the diaspora Haitians could maybe make a
At this point, I feel like that's going to be the only thing. But I think it's come to the point where we're just over it. Like, I think we're over it, and we're kind of like, what the fuck y'all expect us to do? Like, I think, and plus, I think there's a whole situation where like we're kind of like not allowed to have, not allowed, but it's like harder for us to have like a dual citizenship. Like they make it very very hard for us to get a dual citizenship, and then it's like for the most part for us to do like legitimate change, it's gonna be hard because a lot of us would have to kind of live there, and then we have the whole kidnapping situation, and but at this
Mhm.
point we would be the only solution. Like we would be like the diaspora of Haiti is the only solution that we haven't tried because all the diplomats and all the important people are leaving. All the people of Haiti are trying their hardest to leave because at this point, but I can't blame them because there is no options. Like someone was actually trying to have this debate with me and they were sitting there like, oh, why don't they get a job? Why don't they go to school? And it's like, there is no fucking option. There is no go to school. There is what job, nigga? They can't work at McDonald's. It's not America. Like when people
Yeah.
in America complain about shit, I'm like, y'all really are fucking spoiled. Like Americans are the most spoiled
Facts.
people on fucking earth. Like I don't
Facts.
care what nobody says. Like it's hard, but it's not impossible. People in America, like you can literally go outside and get a job. Like it might be hard, but you can go to McDonald's. McDonald's is always hiring. Stop fucking playing with me. Subway, Burger King. Amazon. It may be a slave ship, but it's always hiring. Stop fucking playing, bro.
Yeah.
Haiti
Yeah.
don't got that shit, bruh. Haiti don't got a McDonald's, a Subway, and Amazon. Yo, if Amazon opened in Haiti, they would make so much money. They
Mm.
really would. Amazon, if you're listening, holla at me. But I'm just
But I feel
saying.
like, why don't they really try to bump up the tourism industry?
Because niggas want to kidnap.
Oh, dang. Because I
And they like to
always
burn
think
shit
about
down.
that. I'm like, how is it that tourism is so like such a big thing in DR? We're literally the same island. Like,
No, Haiti
shouldn't
likes to burn
that.
shit down a lot. And Haiti likes to have a lot of riots, and they like to have a lot of unrest. They have a lot of political unrest, a lot of riots, and a lot of, yeah, it's just not really the safest situation for most
Mm,
people. So the only way that would happen is if they legitimately had like just resorts, and they do have plenty of resorts that get a lot of traction, but they would have to build way more resorts and have a whole lot more security. That's literally the only way.
okay.
And even at that, it's like, yeah, like let's be real. They pocket the money, any other money that would go towards that. So they don't really care about that at this point. I don't know what they're doing. Like that's the problem. I would love to just like get an insight on what they're doing because I don't understand what they're doing. And I guess that would bring us to the solutions. But it's just like this shit don't make sense.
It sounds like it's just an unending cycle with like no way out
No,
almost.
it is. It is. And I have this conversation with people all the time. They're like, what do you think should happen? I'm like, to be honest, besides the whole diaspora situation, that's the only thing that hasn't been explored. But to be honest, I think like we're really, really exhausted. But even after that, it's like, what are they supposed to do? Like, all of them are just literally drinking and sleeping their way around and just killing themselves. Like, they're just depressed. And I don't know what they're supposed to do. Like, unless they can get a green card out, and that's the problem because it's like their way out is out. Like,
Yeah.
and most of them don't go back. Like, most people I know that have found their way out of Haiti don't go back. So it's
Wow.
like that's good for you and all. It's just like America. Let's think about it. A lot of us grew up in the hood, right? And we don't go back. And it's funny because I had that mentality where it's like, yep, I'm going to school. I ain't coming back to this bitch. And now I had this whole idea where I actually want to open like a nonprofit dance studio. And I'm like, yeah, I want to open it in my
Oh,
period. Yeah, I want to open a nonprofit dance studio because I'm like, I always like to dance. And every time I graduated, like a pinnacle in my life, I'm like, damn, where am I going to dance now? And I'm like, okay, now I have this. And then I'm like, okay, where am I going to dance now? And I'm like, okay, now I have this. And now I'm like, okay, shit, where am I going to, like, it just kept happening. And then I started thinking of people that like actually are dancers, like say like I was a professional dancer and now it's like I don't become a rockette or I don't like get a legit dance professional job. That sucks. So it's like, where do you dance now? And I'm like, you know what? Think about those kids that actually can dance and it's like they can't afford dance school. Where do they dance now? You know,
yeah.
so I was like, you know what? I want to open a nonprofit dance studio. So it's the same concept. It's like it gets to a point where it's like you kind of get so good and so big and you keep climbing. And it's like you get out, but it's like, what about everyone else? And it's
Right.
like I can easily just move to Seattle because I love that place. I love it. I love it. Or move to freaking Houston. I love it too. Love it, love it, love it. Or move anywhere else. And it's like that'd be cool and all. But anytime I visit somewhere, I'm just like, take me back. Like I don't want to be here. Like it's
Okay.
cool and all for a week or two, but after that, it's
Yeah.
like don't want to be
Mm,
here. Like it's good for like a week, maybe two, but it's like I don't want to be here anymore. Like it's like I want to open my nonprofit here. Maybe I'll stay for a little bit and move later. But it's like one of those situations where it's like, mm, I don't know. I'm kind of like a pay it forward type of person, I guess. And I
okay.
think for a lot of Haitians, a lot of them have kind of been like, you know what, they ain't gonna change. And let's be real, a lot of them have been right because a lot of it hasn't changed. I haven't seen not one change. So, and of course, one of the solutions is, of course, merging the island again. And
Yeah, I don't know
that's
if
not
trying
gonna
to
work.
literally merge. I don't think that might. I don't think though that would be the best solution. I think what is better is to continue to strengthen our relationship. I mean, at the end of the day, Haiti is DR's number one importer. It's
Mm-hmm.
importer, right? Like Haiti buys from DR. Like
Yep.
so we have. I mean. the commercial relationship is there. And I mean, whether people want to realize it or not, we are codependent on each other. It's like,
Yep.
if you're on a ship and one side is sinking, what you think is going to happen to the other side? Like, we all going to end up sinking. So it's best if we find a way to work together. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like this love-hate relationship, but there's no other way out. I mean,
Yeah, they're like siblings. It's like, oh my God, y'all need help again? Okay. Like,
it is.
I think that's really what it is. It's like, our sister needs help again. It's like, oh my God, again. It's like, well, they're bitching again. It's like, let's help them. They're fighting again. It's like, let's go help finish that fight. It's literally like,
What can we do? You know, we have to share the territory at the end of the day. So
it's really weird. It's like literally like a sister type of relationship where it's like, I love you. We can't live in the same house, but you know,
right.
if you need some sugar, you know where to get it. But like,
Exactly.
we can't continue to give it to you. You can borrow it, but you got to give it back. You know, it's like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
It's so interesting. Like merging the island, like sounds good on paper, but it's like that shit would like imagine like what are we gonna eat? We gonna eat pate or empanadas?
I don't know. I just feel
Like,
like at the end of the day, I mean, despite our similarities and shared cult or shared histories and stuff, I feel like we are still kind of two distinct people. So it's like, how would that merge into becoming one collective identity? I feel like Haitians have a very distinct identity that I feel like y'all are extremely proud of, and Dominicans have their own distinct identity that, you know, we are extremely proud of. So how would that even work? Like, would DR have to absorb Haiti somehow since they're, you know, the stronger economy? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand how the logistics of that
the culture wouldn't work. Clearly, Haiti would have to adapt Dominican Republic's economic and structural standpoint because clearly they're stronger there. Culturally, I have no idea how that would work whatsoever.
I mean, working.
What the hell we eating? The fuck? Like, what is Thanksgiving looking like? Do we even have a Thanksgiving? We don't got that shit. Do y'all have a Thanksgiving?
To be honest, that's more of an American thing.
That's definitely,
my
yeah.
celebrate that until they got here. Nah, Dominicans do, you know, Holy Week in April, and of course, Noche Buena, Christmas Eve. You know, we do that.
Yeah, I feel like Haiti has something very similar. That's why I'm like, for the most part, I have no idea. This is ridiculous. It would have to be like a whole new merged.
Yeah.
That's just like how that whole situation where they were trying to merge all the Caribbean islands and make it one thing.
How would that have worked out?
That was so stupid. I'm sorry. I was like, hell the fuck no. It would make sense on paper, but like, no.
Nah.
Hell no. I'm like, some of y'all still kissing white bum. Hell no. I'm sorry. Like, no. No. Hell no. I was like, no. No. I was like, no. I was like, I oppose. I strongly oppose. I'd rather merge with DR by itself without merging with everybody else. I'm sorry. I can't deal with it. I can't. I was like, y'all could merge by yourselves. We could just be one. I would rather merge with DR before I merge with all of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's too
much. How would that ever work?
It wouldn't, because everyone is vastly, like, the Caribbean countries are vastly different. Like, I love them. I love them. You know, I love them. But, like, what? The logic makes just all the languages, the different Creoles, the different Spanish, the different, what the fuck is that? What the fuck are we speaking? What's the national languages?
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, man. That would be a shit show. I was like, I don't even know who proposed that, but that would have been a very dumb idea. Like, I have no idea. I don't know who thought of it, but I was like, yeah, I'm not on board and I'm not visiting that shit. Like, I'm not going. I was like, I oppose. Where's the oppose vote? Like, no. No. Like, I mean, another definite, you know, I know a peace treaty was also something that people have said, like, oh, we should have a peace treaty. I'm like, what the fuck is a piece of paper going to do? Like, we don't trust each other enough to write it on paper. I think it should just be.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
what would be the best route to take in trying to improve our relations with each other? But I don't know, because at the end of the day, it's like the people's one thing, but then you have two corrupt governments.
Yo.
Because the Dominican government, yes, while it is more stable, it's still corrupt. So
Yo. DR's
I don't know.
government is entertainment. Y'all can have a telenovela. Can someone please make a telenovela about DR's
Oh my
government? Like, I thought Haiti's government was entertainment. I had a nice little glimpse of DR. I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, this makes a good Netflix series. Like, someone please pick it up. Please. Like, what? It doesn't make sense because I'm like, why does no one talk about their shit?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of hot mess going on over there too.
Nah, that shit is not fair. I
We
was like,
got our history of
no.
rigged elections and all that stuff.
Oh man, we got those too. Every election's rigged apparently. I don't even know at this point. I don't think Haiti's ever had a fair election. I ain't come across one yet. But it all depends on who you ask. Everything is so subjective. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to come across a very fair and real election, but oh man, and I haven't even started from the beginning yet, and now my head hurts because I'm like, damn. I've only went through the Democratic ones. I guess I started from like the worst dictator, and then I got into the Democratic ones when America really started stepping in and was like, all right, y'all need to stop this shit. But like, I didn't even go to the worst from the worst. Apparently, Haiti had like a woman president.
Really?
Yeah, but she didn't last that long, clearly.
Interesting.
Haiti had a woman president. Don't know what happened to her. Yo, and it's funny because every time I mention her, they're like, oh yeah, we don't know what happened to her. I'm like, yo, what? Nobody even remembers her name.
Damn.
Nobody even remembers her name. We had a whole woman president. Nobody remembers her name. Nobody remembers what she looked like. Nobody remembers what happened to her. Nobody remembers why she was there and why she left. We're like, oh yeah, we did have one. We had a president that didn't even know how to read or write.
Whoa, wow.
Bruh, Haiti has bruh. Just like how we had a pop star president. Let's be real, bro. Haiti, this shit don't even make sense. We had a pop star president, bro. This shit don't make sense.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
bruh. It's almost comical at some point.
Bruh, this shit comedy. I feel like niggas was like, all right, bro, we tired. Let's just try it. But he was already loved. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, we already like him. He's already rich. So, he has no reason to steal money from us. But I mean, you coming from America with foreclosed houses, how rich can you be, motherfucker? That's a red sign. I don't know why nobody fucking I don't think anybody saw that. I peeped it as soon as I read it. I said, oh, he stole money. As soon as I saw that, I said, oh, he stole money, period. Like, period. Wow. I was like, that's the only one that didn't do it smart. Everybody else, I was like, it's subjective. But this one, I was like, still love your music. But you ain't do it smart, bro.
Damn.
Like, it's just one of those things where a lot of Haiti and DR, like, if they were to merge, I don't understand. Like, I guess economically, that could kind of be whatever. But culturally, what would it even be called? Haiti and DR? Kind of like Trinidad and Tobago? Yeah. DR and Haiti? Dominican of Haiti Republic?
Man, I don't even know.
Haiti's Dominican of...
I could just see a lot of people would be very opposed to that.
Honestly, they would just call it Hispaniola again.
Or that.
Yeah, they probably just call it Hispaniola again, or just call it Haiti again, because that's what the original name of the island was. Or they'll probably just call it some bullshit. Santo Domingo again, honestly. Child, I would not. That would be fun. I wouldn't mind it. I just don't know what I'm eating. Like, I don't understand. Like, are we eating pate or are we eating like empanadas? Like,
Wait, y'all eat a lot of plantain too, right?
Yep, we eat plantains. We eat plantains fried and boiled. We eat yuca and all of that. I hate yuca. That's just disgusting.
I don't like yuca.
I don't like none of those.
Fried, but I've never been a fan.
I don't like none of them shits that come out the ground. I don't like none of it.
All the root plants. Oh my God, Dominicans eat so much root plants.
Bruh, Haitians do too. And I'm like, all that shit is disgusting. My mom be like, yeah, that's why you're gonna die. You don't eat none. I'm like, yeah, damn. That's why I take my vitamins. Tripping. That shit's nasty.
You're gonna die.
Yep. And I'm like, you're damn right. All that shit is nasty. All that shit tastes like dirt. She be trying to
Mm.
come for me. I'm like, I don't care. It's all nasty. Like it all tastes like dirt.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Man.
how do you like any of this shit? Like, why do you think any of this shit tastes good? Like, how?
Go eat it for breakfast. Go eat it for lunch.
Yeah, like it just don't make any sense. Oh, I guess we can look at the comments now. I think we're done with the timeline.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Thank God. Okay, time to look at the shit show, y'all. Ooh, child. Let's
Oh
look at
my
the shit
god, I ain't ready.
show. Ooh. Okay. Garlic flavor yuca is good. No, that's just nasty. Y'all wild. We gonna eat plankton. That's just I don't eat plankton. Believe it or not, I only eat sweet plankton. Plankton is nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Wait, what's nasty?
Yuca. And I
Oh,
don't like plankton either. How would you feel, Ivana, if Haiti became an unincorporated French department? I ain't never going to Haiti again. Period. I don't like the ass kissing. I really don't. I don't like the whole that whole French caca. Like, I'm sorry. I hate it. I don't speak the oppressor's language. I'll be so mad when people are like, do you speak French? I'm like, when I have to. Like, I speak it, I just don't want to. Like, it's one of those things where it's like if someone comes up to me like a tourist and they're like, "Hey, can you tell me where to go?" and they're like a French tourist, of course I'll help them. I'm not about to be like, "You French bitch, get out of my fucking country." You know, I'm not about to say that, right? Like, that's fucked up. I'm not about to blame their people for their, country's history, right? But I don't sit there and speak French for the fuck of it. Like, fuck them. It's either English or Haitian Creole, okay? And it's only English because I was born here. Like,
I
Haiti
mean, I
should
wonder
merge
what
with
the rest of
Kenya.
this chat has been looking like. I can only see up to so far.
That'd be interesting. Someone said Haiti should merge with Kenya. That's very interesting.
Oh wow.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, somebody called us fake Caribbeans. Like,
Someone said I'm not a real Haitian because I said that about plaintiffs. I don't give a fuck. I don't like legume either. Turn up. Revoke my Haitian card.
sweet plantains is good. Boo Boo Honey, I like sweet, or Boo Boo Bunny. I like sweet plantains.
I'm a very picky eater. You could imagine how my parents was like, bruh. Like, I'm happy my parents never forced me to eat shit because I don't like it. I do not like it. Like, honestly, from all the shit that the French did to us, I don't understand the ass kissing, to be honest. Like, shit, at least if we had Spain and y'all was ass kissing Spain. That's why I can't really fucking blame the Dominicans. At least they treated y'all nice. Shit, they treated us like shit. Spain treated y'all nice. Spain treated y'all nice.
I mean,
They did. Thank you, Ayana. What do you think the African diaspora needs to unite? Black Americans. Why I can't see the whole damn comment? Come on. Why y'all do me like this? Why I can't see it? Let me see if it's gonna come over here. Oh, why can't I see it? I can't see you. Oh, there you go. What do you think the African diaspora needs to unite? Black Americans, Afro Caribbeans, Afro Latinos. To be honest, we need to understand. Okay. We need to understand that we are all different and the same at the same time. We need to respect that we all come from different places, but we all are the same people, if that makes sense, right? We all have respective regions that we come from, but at the same time, we are all here and we all are on the same mission, if that makes sense. I feel like part of the reason a lot of Black people are like lost in a sense is that we don't know where we come from. That's why like I feel really indifferent, right? You know how like a lot of people come at us, like a lot of immigrants per se, right? They're always like, oh, why is it that immigrants come to America and they do so much better than us? Immigrants know where they come from. Let's be real. Immigrants know where they come from, right? Black Americans, for the most part, it's fucked up. They stripped them from their shit. Most Black American people don't know where they come from, and it's fucked up and it's not fair, right? And if we can understand where we come from, and for the most part, that we're all one and the same, but at the same time, we have our respective differences, and that we all have the common goal of like unity, and that we should respect each other's differences, then I feel like we should all, be good. Like I feel like respect goes a long way, and a lot of us don't respect one another. Like that shit is so fucking annoying, bro. Like, we really, the lack of respect for one another is just so sad, bro. Like, I just be sitting there like, this is so disrespectful. Like, I'm mean sometimes, but I'm not disrespectful. Like, this
Mhm.
is just, I don't know. What do you think about this comment?
Wait, which one?
Well, the
Are
one
you
on
about?
the screen. I don't know. You can see it, right?
Oh, because I have my ring light is like directly in front of me and it's like
Oh,
partially covering my screen. Hold on, hold on.
oh, I don't know if you can
Put it
see
on
it.
my phone. One sec.
The radical Latino, I got you next. I'm trying to do the super chats, y'all.
What do you think the African diaspora? Wait, what do you think the African diaspora needs to unite? Black Americans, Afro Caribbeans, Afro Latinos.
Yep. I think it's just, respect and understanding.
I mean, that's really listen, respect and understanding. Hi, Azolia. It goes such a long way, honestly, and that's the thing. People, a lot of people like to judge others based on their own understanding, based on how things work in their culture or their ethnic
Yep.
background, not realizing that just because things work this way in your community doesn't mean that it's going to work that way in the other communities.
Yep.
So if we actually took the time to understand each other's differences and how other cultures operate, I feel like we would get along so much better.
We
We
would.
honestly would.
We
But
would.
we just don't take the time to do that.
People
So.
need to disagree to agree. People like to say agree to disagree. I say disagree to agree. Like, at this point, you don't have to get along. You don't have to have the same opinions. I have plenty of friends that don't have the same opinions as me. Like,
And
plenty
that's
of,
fine.
yeah, like conservative, fucking left wing, right wing. I'm very like independent, middle wing, and people be so mad. Like, pick a side. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. Like, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, I don't care. Y'all want to get this pizza or not? Like, it's not
Oh,
that serious. Like,
yeah.
like, my opinion is very, very, like, usually I can see both sides of the coin. There's certain things where I'm very, very, like, one-sided on, where it's like, nope, don't care, wrong, period. But, like, for the most part, it's like I can usually see both sides. So next one is radical Latino. And ooh, let me delete this one. Do. Radical Latino says, okay, this is a perfect example of Black and brown unity. A great stream, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy you guys enjoyed this. This actually just warmed my black heart. Okay. Like, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, I love this comment right here. Ooh, chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Oh,
Someone
sounds like there's been a lot of blocking going on in the chat. I'm sure there's been a lot of trolls here today.
Child, the trolls came out to play, okay? Y'all didn't do y'all homework. Y'all didn't pay y'all bills. Y'all didn't wash y'all ass, but y'all came in the motherfucking live today. Y'all came. And listen, shout outs to all the mods. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all came in clutch. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friends, because I don't even understand. Okay, this I like right here. We gonna put this right here. Okay. We need to get rid of the victim mindset, then start trading with the motherland. Yes, yes, we need to do that because at this fucking point, the victim
Mhm.
mindset. Me and Troyce talked about that. That was my last live, that I did.
I
Amazing. The
saw.
victim mindset is a problem, and that's within people, period. Like, the victim, everybody's a victim. I don't know if it's the entitlement that we have in this new century. Everybody's fucking entitled, especially Americans. Americans are the most spoiled people in the fucking world, bro. We complain about everything. Meanwhile, people getting shot walking to school. Niggas can't even eat. People don't even have a toilet. We complaining about little shit. Little shit. Like, people saying shit on social media. People can't even eat. Shit don't even make sense. Oh,
It's funny you bring that up because, in my little sector, YouTube, people, they kind of go back and forth when it comes to the whole victim mentality shit. And, some people get offended when you say it. Other people say, y'all need to drop it. So, it's just interesting that you say that because I hear that a lot. Like, drop that victim mentality shit. And other people like, it's not the victims. Shit is real out here. So, I don't know.
If you live in America and you telling me that you can't get a job, you can't go to school, you can't start a business, you can't do something with your life, you're really tripping. Like, I'm sorry, bro. That shit is insane, bro. There's really people out
Mm.
here. There's kids that literally get shot up going to school. There's people out there that literally can't get opportunities just because they're dark skinned. And we're not talking about American shit where it's like, oh my God, I didn't get this job because I'm dark. No, bitch. You can literally go apply for another job. You'll be fine. We're talking about people that like literally won't get married. Like
Mm.
literally, oh, you're dark skinned, bitch. We're not even looking at you, bruh. There's people that literally will get killed because they're dark skinned. Killed in other countries. Like this is like a whole nother gravity that we're talking about. Like I don't even understand the entitlement of Americans these days. Cause it's just like when I started really looking into colorism and racism and all this other shit in other countries, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop complaining so much. Because the shit that goes on in other countries is it's sad because a lot of us don't realize how lucky we are. We have running water, we have plumbing, we have phones and shit. Meanwhile, niggas want to complain. The fuck you complaining about? Ah, shut up. No, they better get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, no, I don't want to hear that shit. Yes, it's hard, but it's not impossible. More moves, less
Problem.
complaints.
Yeah.
More moves, less complaints. Okay. Next super chat is from Jeremy. And it says, do you consider America to be multicultural in both theory and practice?
In the well, in
Maybe in theory.
I mean,
On
I was gonna
paper.
say maybe in theory, because I mean, okay, what is American culture? To me, there's like there is a quote unquote white American culture and there's a black American culture. Well, there's Native American too, even though they get kind of left out. But everybody else, I mean, we make up part of the American fabric, as they call it, but can our cultures be considered part of American culture? Like, would us bringing our cultures here make the United States multicultural? Am I making sense?
To be quite honest with you, there is no such thing as American culture except for racism, Starbucks, and KKK.
Oh, damn.
What is
Wow.
American culture? Okay, my bad. Thanksgiving, which is rooted in genocide. Okay, Easter. That's not American. Sorry. Most of American culture comes from other shit. Let's be real. Most of American culture comes from other. Let's be real though. And anything that you could think of that's American culture is negative.
Okay, you're talking about outside of like music and all that.
That's black. It ain't theirs.
Mm.
Rock black, country black, rap black, hip hop black, Hispanic, Hispanic, and black, and Hispanic. And let's
Mm.
be real, if we even want to be white, they're European. And let's be real, white European people weren't even considered white until they started banding with black people. Italian people and Irish people and everyone else that was coming from Europe after the British were actually treated horribly. They were disrespected like hell when they first came to America. And what's really fucked up is they were actually like, yo, bruh, they were treated really, really badly. And they started banding with the black people, kikiing, like, yeah, these little British motherfuckers. And then they were like, oh, no. Y'all can't be mingling with these niggers. Y'all white now. That's what happened. And this was not too long ago. Yes.
Mm.
So here's T right there. So realistically, a lot of this little Irish, y'all motherfuckers not even white realistically. They just started considering y'all white. So how about that? Y'all European. Period. Y'all can look that up. I didn't make that up. Look it up. When did Europeans start being considered white? So a lot of American culture, Americans don't have a fucking culture. If it's not black, it's not a culture. I don't care what nobody says. I've been saying this for years on my channel. People get so upset. I'm like, what culture? What
Mm.
culture? Please find it. Starbucks, Walmart,
Jazz, hip hop,
chicken nuggets, French
Native American
fries.
culture, and African American culture. Why are people
That's
saying
it.
that we hate America? Nobody hates America.
I don't hate them. I'm just saying they don't have a culture. Anything that's American culture is legitimate black culture or just everybody else's culture because America is a melting pot. That's
Yeah.
it. Next one is Haiti was supposed to be part of the African Union, but the vote was stopped. Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm not mad at it. I'm sorry. Haiti needs to fix itself before it tries to be part of people's unions. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of this unionizing and joining people. And I don't remember what happened with that. It wasn't too long ago where that happened. I don't know why the vote was stopped though.
Mm,
Hmm. Why did that happen?
I don't know.
I did look into that. I talked about it in one of my videos. I don't know why. I need to make a video about that. Uh, uh, Anyways,
Yeah, they're talking about salsa. Yeah, Maceo and Moto's right. Salsa was an evolution of Afro-Cuban rhythms that took place in New York. Yeah, technically, salsa was born in New York.
wait, what happened?
No, they were talking about salsa and like its origins.
Salsa
It
was
has
born in
its,
New York.
yeah, salsa. I was going to today. It has Afro-Cuban as well as a lot of Puerto Ricans contribute to it. But what we know of salsa today took birth in New York with those people.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, a
Interesting.
lot of what is considered American or whatever, it really is the product of like other people that have come here.
Hmm.
Yeah. American culture is multicultural.
Okay, next question. Ayana again. Okay, so this is a very interesting. Do you think that the Democratic Party plays a part in the continuation of the victim mindset in the
Mm,
ADOS community? Because I do. Absolutely.
I would agree.
Yep, they do. The Democratic Party likes to promise free shit, but they never give the free shit because the free shit is essentially your vote, your mind, and your enslavement because they control the media, they control your food stamps, they control your Planned Parenthood, they control what else? What else they control? Everything. It's so
Mm,
oh child, that's just so fucking annoying because they really be making people think that they're great. And honestly, Republicans are just as bad. But like Republicans aren't the one getting the vote right now, so we'll leave them alone for now. But
yeah.
it's like the Democratic Party is just like, wow, there's some good puppeteers. So you know what? I'm gonna give them that. Good game. Good game. Hey, there's a good game. Good game. It's sad. They keep them in that victim mindset. They make them think that they make a lot of people feel like they're powerless and that they don't need to do anything and that they can continue to just reap the I don't even know. I don't want to say benefits because I feel like a lot of this is like detrimental. I don't want to say
Mm,
benefits. Benefits is like a mm, benefits is a teeter word. I feel like a lot of it is just like, ooh, chow, 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 chow. Thank you, Dominique. I feel like a lot of this is just like, how do I explain it? Hush money, hush opportunity,
mm.
hush stuff. It's like, oh, vote for us. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. Don't pay attention to what we're doing behind the scenes. That's the best way to explain it. There you go.
Mm, yeah. Wait, can I see the chat on my screen too?
Yeah, you
Oh.
could press the little button, the little
Oh,
girl.
I
I
didn't
was
know
like, why she on her phone looking at the chat?
that. I
Girl.
didn't realize what it was. Okay. Mm, okay. Dang, you got 345 people in here. Wow.
Oh, really? It usually is double this. I think it was
Hmm.
earlier. I wasn't even paying attention.
Dang. Yeah, we've been 2 hours and a half.
Mm-mm-mm. Wow, I thought this would have been longer. It's only 2 hours. Girl,
Yeah.
my last lot was 3. I was like, sheesh.
Yeah, but man, yeah, I was so nervous, everybody. I was so nervous prior to this live. Oh my gosh. Because this is such like a touchy subject for a lot of people, and it is such like a loaded subject, and we just kind of touch like the surface of things. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope we presented the information in a somewhat balanced way and
Yeah,
that we weren't too biased.
for the most part, like I really hope that we touched on everything that you guys wanted to talk about or were worrying about. I see a lot of people still talking about America. Listen, like I said, America has no fucking culture. I don't care what nobody says. Everything that is America's culture is everyone else's culture. The only American culture that is black culture, Hispanic culture, everyone else's culture, but America itself, white America, just America, America, doesn't have its own tangible, by itself, standalone culture. I said what I said when disam DAP that said get my lenu, get my monu, I don't care. Okay? So if you mad, unsubscribe. Sac pas content on baquet. Okay? Listen, yeah. I'm not listen. I don't got time. So, guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to her. Everything is down in the description box. And if it's not in the description box, it's going to be in the pinned comment down below. I need to add your Instagram. I need to make sure I do that. And for the most part, let me see. Yeah, it's going to be in her Instagram's going to be down there. Her channel's already there. And yeah, my next live is probably going to be in 2 weeks. Not sure who I should do a live with next. I think I have someone in mind.
Okay.
I think I have
somebody said, I understand more the Dominican side because of this live. That's great. I'm glad.
You said what? What did they say?
Somebody said they understand the Dominican side more because of this live.
Oh, that's so good. That's really what I wanted to,
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like, I hope that this really kind of like brought out less hate, less like, whatchamacallit, less anti-Dominican rhetoric. How do I explain it? Yeah, like I really hope that this was like more of a balanced conversation. I hope that no one was like highly offended for the most part, because this is one of those situations where
yeah,
I wanted to bring a balanced conversation, especially during Haitian Heritage Month, because at the end of the day, it is one island, and a lot of Haitians are of Dominican descent, and vice versa. So yeah, make sure you guys like I said, subscribe to her channel, subscribe to my Haitian channel, subscribe to this channel, which is my main channel. Everything you need is down in the description and or pinned comment down below. Thank you guys so very much for being here and staying all the way to the end, especially if you're watching this at like after the live and all of that.
Yeah.
Because child, this is a lot because I don't edit my lives. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm gonna see
everyone.
Right. Bye guys. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.
Peace.